Hey, I just wanted to hop on and share a little very powerful hack to manifest whatever you want to manifest, even when you feel like you're so fucking busy that you have no idea how you're going to do it. You have no idea how you're going to fit it in, how you're going to make this change, etc., fill in the blank, whatever transformation you want to experience. Because let's be real, that is the case for so many of us. Perhaps we are caretakers, perhaps we are working multiple jobs, perhaps we are parents. We just have so much going on that it feels absolutely impossible to think of adding even like a freaking 5-minute practice or a 10-minute practice to our day. It feels like you're already burning the candle at both ends. Time scarcity is a very real situation, and it's also a huge impediment to our successful manifestation. I would argue that it's an even bigger deal than money scarcity. So here's the hack. You have to understand that manifestation is not about doing, it is about being. So you can do until you're blue in the face. You can practice techniques, you can meditate, you can whatever. If it's something that's on your to-do list and you're just checking it off every day, you can be so consistent and so diligent, but if you're not being, it's not going to work and you are going to burn yourself out. So you have to just decide right now to shift into being the person who, whatever transformation you want to experience, fill in the blank. This came up recently in my live round of Into the Akasha, my program where I teach people how to access the Akashic records. And there were several people who expressed just like, I don't know, frustration, concern, whatever, that they were like, I have no idea how I'm going to fit in practicing accessing the Akashic records, because if you know me, you know that my message is always that consistency is key. It is key. If you want to develop your psychic abilities, if you want to change your health, if you want to change your body shape and size, if you want to create a new relationship, if you want to learn how to manifest, whatever thing it is, you want to learn how to play the piano, like literally, whatever thing it is, it requires consistency. That is the hallmark of this realm. It's a process. It unfolds through space and time. Instant manifestation is real, and yet there is still a process behind it. So you know that I say that consistency is everything. And so these people were just feeling like, how am I ever going to learn how to read the Akashic records? I don't know where I'm going to fit in the practice. The shift is, I'm just going to use that as an example. The shift is to decide now that you are somebody who reads the Akashic records. You just decide. Even as I say that, like I feel the difference energetically. And it's not just about fooling yourself or imagining now that you're somebody who can do something that you can't. You're deciding that that is who you are. So if you are somebody who reads the Akashic records, what does somebody who reads the Akashic records do? You fucking read the Akashic records. That's what you do, right? Another example is something that I recently experienced where I have just I'm going on 2 months of consistently working out. And this is like a lifetime of inactivity. I have never been an active person, whatever, had some trauma around gym class when I was a kid. So I have had so much resistance to working out, and I have started and stopped and started and stopped and started and stopped my whole life. And I am now 41 and I'm just not available to have my muscle mass deteriorate and to start experiencing injuries related to advancing age. So I was like, okay, it's time to get over my shit. Plus I know, just this is a little extra nugget here for you, is that if you feel resistance around something, especially if you feel a lot of resistance around something, there is gold on the other side of that resistance. I promise you that. There is something that an aspect of your ego is trying to protect you from, but that aspect of your ego doesn't realize that it's like a payload of gold that will advance your life and your situation and your consciousness significantly. Anyway, that was a little aside. But I decided I needed to get over my shit and start a movement practice every single day and start just strengthening my muscle tone, etc. So how did I go from being inactive for an entire lifetime And believe me, my narrative was like, I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. That's always the excuse that I had for myself, was I don't have time. What I did was I just shifted into, no, I'm now somebody who's active every day. So what does that mean? Well, then I have to be active every day. And it's not like it completely changes it. I hope you can feel the subtlety of what I'm saying and the power. It completely changes it, where it's no longer a thing on my to-do list that I have to do before I can finally collapse exhausted into bed at night. It's now just who I am. I am somebody that is active every day, or I am somebody who reads the Akashic Records, or I am somebody who is in a loving relationship. I am somebody who has a lot of money. You shift into that identity now, and then you allow the natural actions that would come with that identity shift to just occur. It really, really is that simple. And at first, of course, our old narrative is pretty powerful. It wants to tank us and torpedo us, especially in those first 15 days or so. There'll be times when you're like, but I don't want to. Like, there were lots of times when I was like, but I don't want to work out. Just fucking do it anyway, because you're now a person that does the thing. That's what manifestation is. It's not about doing. The techniques aren't what creates the manifestation in your reality. The techniques aren't what create the timeline shift. You and your willingness to move into a new identity, that's what creates the shift. It's like you are now the version of you in a different timeline who works out, or who eats clean, or who reads the Akashic Records, or who plays the piano, or whatever. And then because you have now instantly shifted into that new timeline, you have new habits and new behaviors that reflect that shift. And you do at first have to keep reinforcing that, no, I'm in this new timeline now. I am this new version of myself now. And that does require kind of an annoying amount of consciousness, awareness, being on top of yourself for the first little bit. But it eventually just integrates and it becomes who you are, and you don't need to think about it so much anymore. So that's really how it works. If you feel like you're struggling with time scarcity and you feel like you really want to make changes in your life, but you don't see how you're going to be able to do it, you just have to be willing to leave behind the old version of you that is in time scarcity and step into the new version of you that is already the person who, whatever it is that you want to experience. And again, this isn't just you lying to yourself. This isn't about faking it till you make it. It's like you are it right now because you decided that's who you are right now. You're always in control of your identity. Always. You can't always control your circumstances. Especially the circumstances that are unchangeable that you're born with, obviously, whatever. I am a woman. I have white skin. I am Caucasian of European descent. I'm born in Canada, so I am native Canadian. No, that's not the right way to put it. Born in Canada, not native. Just put my foot in my mouth pretty bad there. But you know what I mean? Those are the circumstances that I operate within. Those are the parameters that I can't really do anything about them. It just is what it is. If I was born in Canada, then I'm Canadian. That's what it is. But my identity is completely up to me at all times. I can shift it anytime that I want to. And when I just accept that and powerfully move in the direction of those shifts, in the direction that I want to go, then those actions and activities start to feel like second nature very quickly. It's totally different. It dissolves the resistance. If you're being the old version of you that is struggling and you're not happy in the reality that you're in, and you're trying to squeeze in your practices wherever you can, you're still being that old version that's unhappy, that old version that has time scarcity. You know what I mean? So you're not experiencing the shift. So you're spinning your wheels, exhausting yourself, and you're not experiencing the transformation. Just shift right now and experience the transformation. Hopefully this tip landed. Hopefully it makes sense. Just try try it, practice it on something that doesn't feel like, the stakes are high or whatever. Just feel into it for yourself and let it resonate in your body. It sounds so simple that it almost, I think, probably can come across like it can't be that powerful, but it really is. If you enjoy talking about conscious creation, manifestation, and transforming your life, if you are tired of stewing in the shit of the default reality that you are manifesting based on the crap that you were programmed with throughout your life, and you want to consciously manifest a version of reality, a timeline wherein you feel truly fulfilled and satisfied and so happy and excited about life, and you want to know how you did it so you can always do it anytime you want, then check out my Manifestation Bootcamp, which is starting at the fall equinox. It is 90 days of riffs like this from me, inspiration, tips, motivation, guidance, hacks, etc., plus bi-weekly Q&A calls, a how to manifest video tutorial, and a community for accountability so that it can just be like a fun party and we get to stay accountable and we get to stick to it and see the transformation occur. So check it out. The link is in my bio. I love you so much. I hope you're having an amazing day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.